In Shawnee Mission, you could say engineering is elementary. Check out a new program that's got students thinking and creating in a different way. Creative castles and other artwork inspired by the book The Key and the Flame greets the author when she visits a Shawnee Mission elementary school. A community partner surprises students with a gift to get them moving. And the district's culinary arts program reaches out to the next generation of chefs. It's all ahead on this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Welcome to Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. I'm your host, Leanne Neal. A new program encouraging open-ended critical thinking has launched in Shawnee Mission. Check it out.
So it has to be sticking back through the rail, not out through the wheel.
Joe Falk is teaching his sixth graders at Park-Carpenter some of the elements of engineering with a program from Project Lead the Way called Launch.
You need 4 of those little grooves. These two bars are too close together. So this one's going to have to move back one.
This year, 3 elementary schools are piloting the Launch curriculum.
Launch at the elementary school is really about bringing STEM-based learning into our elementary classrooms. STEM integrates the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics components. So Launch at our elementary programs would incorporate units where students might be studying forces in motion by building cars with kits, they're called VEX kits, and then putting them through different trials and scenarios.
I've been teaching 6th grade for 25 years, and I know kids love to get in and get their hands dirty. They love messing with anything that they can touch, they can manipulate, and it's not just in science, social studies, anything where they can actually get involved in something. And I think that's what's going to be amazing about this program is the kids are going to be totally immersed in hands-on projects.
After we're done building our robot, we're gonna put it on a track and we're gonna have not a race, but it's just something to see if you can actually drive the robot.
One of the things that I really like about it is instead of teaching the traditional scientific method, they're teaching an engineering method, which is a 5-step method where the kids look for a problem, define the problem, and then they go through a process of trying to solve that problem. But I think the most important part is when they're finished, they evaluate how they did.
So it really brings the engineering process into our elementary classrooms where the students are encouraged to be creative and thinking like an engineer and making a scenario better. In the future, what the Launch program does is it builds a broader base for that STEM learning, that design learning and engineering component and critical thinking for our students, and hopefully will give them some interest in exploring other course offerings in the Project Lead the Way sequence or even career and technical education fields.
By the time kids get to high school, a lot of the girls particularly feel like math or science courses aren't important for them anymore. And I think if they could get in on the ground floor and find out how interesting science and math classes can be, that maybe they would pursue that as they went on to middle high school and college or careers.
It's so cool.
Falk says one of the things that he likes the most about Project Lead the Way is that there are no right or wrong answers.
What you're trying to do is develop your own ideas and not be afraid to get in and try something, not be afraid to make a mistake. And when you're finished with it, why did it work? Or why didn't it work? And what can I do to make it better? It puts the responsibility where it belongs, right on the shoulders of the kids. And I'm just a helper. I'm just a guide. And that's what I love about it.
From all that I've seen, we did pretty good. From the first try for us, it worked and it was cool.
It's really fun and interesting because you get to learn a whole bunch of new stuff while you're learning.
In addition to Park-Carpenter, Project Lead the Way's Launch program launched at Santa Fe Trail and Comanche this year. It joins the district's pre-engineering programs, Gateway to Technology at the middle school level, and the Project Lead the Way Signature program for high school students. Some elementary students get the chance to hear from a published author. Find out her special connection to Shawnee Mission when Spotlight returns.
Hello, my name is Annalisa. I am a 5th grader at Roseland Elementary. The book I read for review is Don't Be the Boy by Irene Latham. Don't Be the Boy is a book about a boy named Whit who lives at the zoo with his mother and father. He has never left the zoo in his life and has always followed the rules. He loves being close to the animals, but sometimes he feels like his parents care more about the animals than they do about him. One day he meets a girl named Stella who comes to the zoo every day by herself to draw the birds. He wonders why she comes alone and is determined to gain her trust. For Stella, the zoo is a necessary escape from her abusive father who is addicted to pain pills and a terrible life at home. When Stella asks Whit for a dangerous favor, Whit discovers the meaning of friendship and what it means to be a friend. I recommend this book and give it 4 out of 5 stars for its realistic characters and interesting plot. If you want a book about friendship, this book is for you.
Welcome back. Meeting a famous author can be a pretty exciting thing, but for Pawnee Elementary students, it was even sweeter because she was once one of them.
Now, we're very excited today to have our visiting author here, Claire Caterer, and she is the author of Key in the Flame, which I'm sure you're all aware.
I came back to Pawnee today to do a presentation about my first novel. I was also coming here because I attended Pawnee and it's their 50th anniversary, so that was kind of special, and it was great to see kids and teachers and just visit the building again.
I want you to think about something. Many years ago, she was just like you, sitting on this wooden floor, listening to an assembly. And now, many years later, she is back here presenting to you as a successful published author and getting to share her book. So keep in mind, anything can happen.
Caterer told students a lot about growing up at Pawnee, where her desire to be a writer began. She also told them there were plenty of times that she wanted to quit.
You know why I almost gave up? Because it is really, really hard to have someone tell you over and over and over again, we really don't like that.
But after years of hearing no, Caterer finally heard that yes.
And it is a really, really fun job to do the thing that you dreamed about when you were this big. Lots of people who write books or do other artistic things get told no a whole lot, but that doesn't mean that they get told no forever.
I thought Claire was an excellent presenter. The students were very engaged, and she was very warm, and I felt like it was a very exciting assembly and very interactive. I was very pleased.
In addition to reading The Key in the Flame, Pawnee students used the story to inspire works of art, which were on display around the building.
6th grade drew castles, 5th grade made clay castles, and then 4th grade made a key and a flame. And they really enjoyed it. The tie-in with the literature and the art was very meaningful, I think, for them. I feel like they were more invested in the project. They had ideas from the book, and as they learned, they read more of the book.
Students enjoyed it as well.
I think they were very excited about it. Is there anybody here that really likes writing? Keep trying, keep working. I think we got that message.
The second book in Caterer's 5-part series, The Wand in the Sea, comes out in June. Some Shawanoe second graders have a new way to get around thanks to one of the school's community partners.
Today, Academy Sports came in, gave out 25 bikes to our second graders, 13 boy bikes, 12 girl bikes, and just a huge celebration of a great community partner, Academy Sports, giving us joy in this festive season.
Principal Alejandro Schlegel invited the school's first, second, and third graders to the presentation. For the second year, Academy Sports donated bikes and helmets to 25 second graders.
It's sheer joy and excitement. I think everybody remembers their first bike, first new bike. And it's just one of those memories, and it's sheer joy.
Shawanoe is very fortunate. We have great community partners from New City Church helping us. We have Nelson Atkins Museum of Art helping us, and today Academy Sports helping us. So community partners in Shawanoe Mission School District are vital.
Before the second grade winners were announced, Principal Schlegel reminded the third graders about how they had received the bike donation the year before. And he said he wanted first graders to see what could be in their futures. Cheers went up as the name of each second grader receiving a bike was announced. Academy Sports says it is their way of giving back.
Yeah, we do it for every community that we're in across our entire footprint. So every store that is doing this with a local store in their communities. You know, we're an outdoors store, so it's just our way of being able to contribute to the community, but also get the kids outside and experiencing our favorite thing, outdoors.
Thank you, Academy Sports, for the 25 bike donation today. It's very overwhelming, and thank you so much.
In addition to the bike donation, this fall, Academy Sports also made sure any Shawanoe students who wanted to participate in Girls on the Run had running shoes. Students learned to spice up their science lesson with a little help from an iPad app when Spotlight on Shawnee Mission returns. Welcome back. At Westwood View Elementary, students are using their iPads to expand their learning. Check out how they're reinforcing what they've learned with an app that helps them teach others.
Okay, once you're ready to begin, think of a script that you want to share with your viewer, with your listener. Think of the things that you want to say, and it may take you a couple tries. You may have to record it more than once. Is that okay? Yes. Today we're working on our water cycle project. We've been learning about the water cycle, and then they created a project that was a poster originally, but I've allowed them to expand it. After they created the project, they're doing a Show Me, which is one of the apps on our iPad, and they take a picture of the project they've created and they explain it to someone else. So it would be as if they could show it to a third grader and explain exactly what the water cycle is, exactly how it works, and everything they've learned about it.
The water cycle is where the water goes around and around in a cycle.
Well, we were working on the water cycle project, but we did it on our iPads on an app called Show Me. And so we had to take a picture, and then we would speak into our iPads, and it would record us, and so it's like it kind of goes through the water cycle.
The Show Me app is kind of like a whiteboard meets a presentation. So it can be used as a whiteboard where they just write and then quickly erase, or they can take a picture of anything that they want to take a picture of, and then they can actually write on the screen. So they get to dive a little bit deeper into the water cycle. They learn more about it because they have to put it in their own words, and then they have the opportunity to go and see what their peers have done and learn from each other.
Condensation is when a vapor turns back into water.
Well, I think really working on the project and building it helps you understand what the water cycle is. I like how we get to be creative about it and do whatever we want and whatever we think the water cycle looks like. So that's my favorite part.
I think it helps when you're doing hands-on projects because it kind of goes through your mind more. And the iPads, I like I like doing them on the iPads better than paper.
I think that you should put those in there. I really like it because it adds just something more than just the water cycle. That's a lot of facts that we've learned about. I really enjoy the technology piece of it, and so when I saw they were excited about it, then I wanted to go with it. I want them to be excited about their learning, and I want them to be invested in their learning. And when they get to use their iPad and they get to explore new things, it's more exciting than learning out of a textbook, or that's hands-on. They get to learn about it, they get to explore it, they get to explain it, they own that. And so I enjoy watching them do that.
What a great new way to share information. Keep up the good work, Westwood View. Up next, middle school students get a taste of the district's award-winning culinary program when Spotlight on Shawnee Mission returns.
Dylan. I'm Andrea. I'm Leah. And I'm Mary. We go to Brookwood Elementary and we read Katarina's Wish by Jeannie Mobley. Katarina's family moves to America from Bohemia to pursue her father's dream of owning a farm. But Katarina's father has to work in the coal mine, which is dangerous and not what they planned when coming to America. The family takes in neighbors' clothes to wash to make extra money. But they still haven't made enough money to make their dreams come true. Katarina remembers an old folk tale about a magic carp. So after supper one night, she asks her neighbor and family friend, Old Jan, if he could retell the story so she and his sisters could hear it once again. After telling the story, Old Jan asked the girls what their wishes would be. Anishka and Helena made their wishes, but Katarina did not believe in such silliness. But what is she to think when her sister's wishes come true? Then, tragedy strikes at the mine. Dun, dun, dun! We give this book 5 stars for its amazing plot and history. You can't put this book down. Get this at your local library. Check it out!
Welcome back. Family and consumer science students from Shawnee Mission Middle Schools recently learned more about culinary arts opportunities available to them once they enter high school. Students from district middle schools took a field trip to the Broadmoor Bistro.
Today we're doing production for a pie sale, and we've invited middle schoolers to come in and help us with it. We're making a variety of pies and breads, like pumpkin bread and coffee cakes, and it's an adventure.
We basically just patted down cookie dough and put it on sheets and then baked 200 of them.
So we're just going to mix this a little bit more. If you overmix this, then it's going to be tough and crumbly.
Pies are for people that want them for Thanksgiving, but the money goes towards Skills USA. It's kind of a club that we do. It will raise money for us to go to Wichita, and it'll help us to compete and travel there and do all that. So it's for a good cause.
As part of their visit, the middle school students heard more specifics about the district's different culinary options from Chef Robert Broussard.
In the baking class, you learn how to actually take the items that we have in there, incorporate them into different things such as breads and pies.
This program is open not for freshmen, but for sophomores and upperclassmen. They can come here, they can either do the culinary class, or they can do the baking class, or the restaurant class, which we run on Wednesday nights. So basically they're getting hands-on experience, and that's really a once-in-a-lifetime chance.
I think it's cool because they teach us how to cook and everything, and then once you go to high school, you can come and cook with them.
Sometimes it's interesting to see them try and figure things out. But yeah, it's really fun to see them and see them show interest in it and know that there are students that are younger than you that want to go into that program or something like this. So it's fun.
For the middle school students, the day was a great opportunity to see what a culinary arts education could offer.
We are making coffee cake, and we got a big bowl and we mixed it with like this really giant spoon.
I think it's really cool. I think it's like cool how they do the whole program and things.
What we didn't tell you about at the early part of the day is that you get college credit. So this is a college level course. We have agreements with 38 colleges all throughout the United States.
We're also being role models and showing them how it really is in the real world. I know at a young age it's difficult, but you know, we're going to try and help them out and show them what's the real deal. And if they're actually looking forward to doing culinary school, this is what it's like.
But it gives me a good head start over everyone else, you know, so I have that extra knowledge in college if I decide to go to baking college. It's so nice to have that and to know what I want to do.
Honestly, when I first heard about it, I was like, I don't know, I might try it out. So when I actually came here, I was like, wow, this is legitly like really, really cool. It is stressful, it is difficult at times, but if you push through it and you actually do what you got to do, it's a really good experience.
To learn more about the Broadmoor Bistro and the district's Culinary Arts Signature Program, visit smsd.org and click on the Signature Program link. That's all the time we have for this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Join us again as we continue to feature the programs and people of Shawnee Mission who are helping guide students to success. Thank you for watching.